By now, pretty much everybody knows who Luigi Mangione is. But if you don't, he's the man who stands accused of shooting United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, which was a fatal attack that happened in New York a little over a year ago. Luigi's been in Brooklyn federal lockup since then, and I think most people would agree, whether you think he's innocent or guilty, he's become, for a lot of people, a meme or an icon of sorts. He's very popular with a lot of people who would consider him very attractive. Let's put it that way. And Luigi actually has a hearing scheduled for this morning, which we'll get into in a minute, but that's not actually the main reason I wanted to talk about this today. There was a prison break attempt of sorts that caught my attention. Somebody seems to have tried to break the man out of prison with nothing but a pizza cutter and a dream. And I'm not really sure how to take that. Let's look at the details of that. I'm sorry, that is the wrong tab. Imposter facing charges after trying to break Luigi Mangione out of prison with a pizza cutter. It says a man has been arrested after reportedly posing as an FBI agent while trying to break Luigi Mangione out of his New York jail. And we've seen a lot of bizarre attempts to free Luigi in all of this. I don't know if you guys remember, but over a year ago, I mean, maybe you guys didn't even know my channel before now, but like, over a year ago, Bruce and I think it was, went over this lawsuit that was trying to free Luigi, and it was filed actually by somebody where I live in Jacksonville, Florida. And it was just a bizarre thing that got easily dismissed, but these people were basically demanding like billions or millions of dollars from the president and others, or the immediate release of Luigi Mangione. But the actual document they filed with the court was, it was, whoa, bizarre. Okay. Anyways, back to our friend here with the pizza cutter. It is a bold strategy to try to assault the U.S. penal system with a weapon you got from a Domino's. This guy really thought reinforced steel was no match for something that can get through stuffed crust. Anyways, Mark Anderson, 36, was charged by authorities on Thursday over the alleged incident, according to multiple reports citing law enforcement sources familiar with the situation, including ABC News. Anderson allegedly showed up to the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn and posed as a federal agent while claiming to have a court order for Mangione's release. Anderson allegedly drove from Minnesota to New York to break Mangione out from behind bars. My guy, did you think they just weren't going to check? They just weren't going to double check that? I want to see what the order looked like. Did he actually have a piece of paper? Like, did he print off one of those certificates online that you give your kid for participation? And look, this is not an assessment of whether or not I think Luigi is guilty. I'm just saying this escape attempt was ill-advised and not well thought out. This man wasn't trying to break the law. He was trying to slice it. So here's our guy. I guess his name is Mark Anderson. It says a criminal complaint obtained by ABC News did not name Mangione in the new attempted prison break, but sources told the outlet that Mangione was the intended prisoner Anderson was seeking to have released. According to the complaint, Anderson was armed with weapons in a bag, including a pizza cutter and a barbecue fork. What? Anderson allegedly presented a driver's license and some paperwork to prison officials, but obviously did not have the credentials he claimed to have had. You couldn't at least fake it a little? Get out some crayon, right? FBI agent on your license or something? I feel like he might have had more success if he actually tried to pretend to be a pizza delivery person going to the prison to deliver a pizza. Anyways, here's what's going on with Luigi today. There's supposed to be a hearing this morning out in New York. It says the judge overseeing Luigi Mangione's federal case may decide on Friday if the death penalty will remain a sentencing option if he's convicted. Mangione, who's accused of stalking and killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, will return to the federal courtroom on Friday. He has pleaded not guilty to state and federal charges. The defense argued that stalking fails to qualify as a crime of violence and therefore cannot be the predicate to make Mangione eligible for the death penalty if he is convicted of the federal charges. The defense also argued that the decision to seek the death penalty was political and circumvented the federal government's protocols. Judge Margaret Garnett has said that Mangione would stand trial for the federal case in January 2027 if capital punishment remains on the table, and that the federal trial would begin in October if the death penalty is taken off the table. Either way, she set jury selection for September 8th. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office submitted a letter this week urging Mangione's state trial to begin on July 1st before the federal case. Apparently, the judge is also supposed to rule on a defense request to exclude evidence that was taken from Luigi's backpack when he was apprehended in Pennsylvania. I've heard a little bit about that, but I haven't been following super closely. I think I'm going to have to start. Here they write, Mangione's lawyers have argued the backpack search was illegal and police should not have had immediate access to the items inside, including the alleged murder weapon, a notebook, and writings. I do know that Luigi has been kind of a controversial figure of sorts. Like I said, he has lots of fangirls, let's put it that way. who would consider him some kind of a meme or an icon. There are some people who say they really believe he's innocent, and there are some people who say he's definitely guilty, and they want to see him burn at the stake for what he's done. Because if we encourage the type of violence that he's accused of, then we might end up in some sort of lawless society where people can just run around killing each other. Now, I don't yet have an opinion on whether or not I think he's innocent or guilty. I haven't been watching closely enough, but I think I'm going to have to start digging into that. Especially if people are going to be trying to break him out of prison with box cutters, I would just like to be a little more informed as to what's going on. So I'll keep up with what happens in the hearing today, and then I'll see what we can do as far as keeping up with this trial. That's all I got for you this morning, though. So thanks, everybody, for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you all soon. Do not impersonate law enforcement before I see you again, okay? And if you do, don't bring a pizza cutter.